A few weeks ago, I did a video on these lithium trim cubes, which I pitted against several competitors in a showdown of trim dressings. Now, unfortunately, the lithium didn't perform that well, but since that video, I have had a conversation with the president of their company, and he believes maybe I got a bad sample of the product. I also talked to some people in the industry, and some of them did say they felt this was a good product, and somebody specifically mentioned that maybe this was too new of a panel and it didn't provide as much of a trim dressing as it did a restorer, and I should try it on an older panel, and that's what I have back here. So we'll try it on that weathered one today too. Now, one of the things we did talk about with the president of Lithium was the claims around blocking heat by graphene beaded insulator. Without going into all the personal details of a private conversation, I think they're not trying to be sneaky or do something inappropriate. I just think they have a different understanding of what's happening. Moving on past that, let's go ahead and glove up and give this a test and see if we get any different results. Let's go ahead and open our first baggie here, and let's hope this one is richer. What people were telling me, the people I was talking about and the president of their company, was that they were expecting this very significant effect. And I did see a few videos where it appeared significant, and I just wasn't getting that. So again, brand new packaging. Actually, that didn't even open it. There we go. Let's rip it. And I do see some dryness in there. So I don't know if you guys see that, but maybe this is just a bad sample. Let's go ahead and try it anyway. Well, this seems like it's wetter than the one I was testing before. I am seeing a much bigger effect. So it seems like it was maybe a little dried out, but it's definitely coming on a lot stronger than the last one. So, and a lot of solvent smell. It did not hit me that hard last time. This is a very strong solvent smell. Let's go ahead and set this to the side, but here we can pull this off. Oh, that's a massive difference from last time. That's huge. It was not like this at all. I don't want to make a huge precedent of retesting stuff, but if there's evidence that I was genuinely wrong, I'm open to retesting anything. So let's go ahead and open this one. Let's just do that. And let's plop that over here. Okay, this one doesn't have any of the dried up stuff in there. That's totally empty. Let's apply it to this weathered one. Now, I'm not gonna take down my old video because I didn't know it was a bad sample, right? Like, you sent me the thing, I tested it, it didn't perform right. But what I will do is I'll update it and I'll add notations to it and a card and a pinned comment. Let's peel this tape off and see how we're doing. Now this stuff leaked a little under the tape, so ignore that. So we're gonna let both pieces dry overnight and we'll see how they look when we're done. But interestingly, the one kind of dried out looking applicator really made this dark, and the other one kind of really hasn't done that here. It's drying up, but then it's turning clear. You kind of barely see a line. But you know what? It wasn't as pungent solvent-wise, so I don't think it had as big of an effect. This one was very pungent solvent-wise. It seemed to have a huge effect, even though it had dried up gunk at the bottom. My test can only be as good as the way the product has come to me. I guess we could try another one and open it up and see how we do. Maybe this one's the charm. Let's grab some gloves. Let's see if this one tears better. Not really. Let's cut it. Here's our sponge. No gook at the bottom on this one. Looks clean. And I'm just gonna try to stick to the line here. I'm not smelling as much solvent on this one for some reason either, or maybe I'm just used to it at this point. I could just be not really smelling it anymore. So again, we're starting to see it kind of dry out along the edges. My prediction's in another minute or two, it's all gonna just be dry. Yeah, I see it's all just disappearing. What we're gonna do is give this 24 hours to cure. We'll go retest it. We'll see if maybe we got one good packet that's gonna last a while, but this clearly hasn't made much impact. It is now the next day, and let's see how our lithium has fared. Now, on this panel, it looks like it mostly evaporated. I'm not really seeing too much of a line. There's a little bit of a line, and we'll show it to this camera too in case there's a better angle. You kind of see it a little bit. On the other hand, here, this time around, we see a much bigger difference. That looks a lot more like what we saw from the dressings. So we're just gonna work on this panel, and we'll see what kind of durability we get since it seems to actually be working here. Let's spray down our first wash. Let's give it a quick dry just to see what it looks like. I'm definitely still seeing a pretty big difference. It is working and it's looking better than before. Let's rinse off number 5. I still see a pretty distinct line. So this product is holding up much better than before. All right, this is number 10. Let's wash it off. And guys, 10 in, we still see a solid difference there. Amazingly, 80 in, and I'm still seeing a great effect. I am now looking at the 250th wash. And once again, guys, there are still signs of life. So that's 250 confirmed. Let's keep going. Let's see where it finally dies. 530 and still going. Guys, 600 passes. Look at it, still there. Definitely getting fainter, but still there. Here we are after 1,450 washes of this panel, and the product is largely gone. That's incredible. That's a huge number. Nothing's ever come close. I almost gave up testing at 1,000, thinking of just calling it semi-permanent. But really, permanence is kind of a weird subject because this is durability, not longevity. You know, longevity is how many years it'll really work in the field with UV and snow and ice and heat and all those elements that I don't test for in here. Now, the durability still has a good relationship with longevity. And I want to say that my prior test of the product was not reflective of what the product can do. Now, I think there's still a major QA issue going on. I think this product would be absolutely incredible if there weren't these poor results from bad samples. 3 of them out of the 4 were not working. And 1 of them worked amazingly. So really, if you're using one of these kits, look for that incredibly strong smell, that very strong solvent smell. It should hit you really hard. Like I was almost choking up on the 1 packet that worked. So my final thoughts and advice to the Lithium team, this is a killer product. Just get the QA worked out. And in my personal opinion, I would urge, get rid of that graphene insulator. Graphene's not an insulator. Get rid of that language. There's no reason to have any other gimmicks when you've got this kind of durability and the product looks that good when it works. I hope this was entertaining and educational, and if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button, and of course I'd love it if you subscribe, left me a nice comment. I enjoy talking to all of you, and I hope to see you down below in those comments.